for our neuter I stems, we're going to use, we use animal animals as the example. Oops. That one's not coming out very clearly. There we go. We have a couple of little changes here. So like I said, we'll use animal. Animalis, and this is just animal. Okay. In our nominative singular, which is right here, just animal. Animal, the animal. In our nominative plural, it's animal. Yeah, the I, instead of just having an am. Animalia. If you've gone through biology and you have talked at all about kingdom, phylum, you are familiar with Animalia. Okay. Genitive. Animalis, like you are given here, of the animal. And then in your genitive plural, animalium. In your dative singular, you have animali, just like you would expect so far, animali. In your dative plural, same as everything else so far, animalibus. It's going to happen in masculine, feminine, I stem, no I stem, the ibus thing. Okay. In your accusative, and we know an accusative, neuter singular repeats in the singular, and also in the everything in third declension repeats in the plural, but neuter repeats in the singular as well, in the accusative. So animal. Animalia. Animalia. And then in your ablative, instead of having, instead of your noun ending in an E like it has in everything else, it's going to end in an I. Animali. Okay, so there will be a little bit of ambiguity between ablative and dative again in the neuter I stems in third declension. So by, with, animal, and animal, and then in the plural, animalibus, by, with the animals. Vocative, same thing as it you would expect. Animal, animalia. So when we need to modify these nouns with an adjective, the same rules apply as when we did it with first and second declension. So if I have an animal, I just want to say, if I want to make a paradigm chart, which is just where you put out all the forms, if I wanted to say small animal, the noun I would need to use would be the third declension neuter noun, animal, animalis. Okay, And then I would need to use the adjective for small, which is parvus, parva, parvum. Okay. So what is it that we need our nouns and adjectives to do in order to go together? We need them to agree. We need them to agree. Agree in what? Gender, number, and case. Okay. So in order to go together, they have to be agreeing in gender, number, and case. Notice that declension is not on there. So we can have a first, second declension adjective modifying a third declension noun. It's totally fine, totally works. So what would this look like? Animal, animalis, this is a neuter. So we would need to find the neuter form of parvus, parva, parvum, masculine, feminine, neuter, okay? So in our nominative, we would need animal, and then we would, so that's our nominative form, and our nominative form of parvus, parva, parvum would be parvum, small animal. Our plural form, so here's our singular, form, like we just declined animal, so we know it's animalia. And the plural form of parvus or parvum, parvi would be parva, because we are using it in, we are using this adjective in its neuter form. So it's going to, our adjective is going to follow the rules of a second declension neuter here, while our noun is following the rules of a third declension neuter. Okay, so our genitive is going to be animalis, and our adjective here, parvi, animalium, parvorum. Of the small animal, well, of the small animal, of the small animals, parvorum, animalium. In our dative, oh, stay back. Animali, parva, 2 for small animal. In our plural, animalibus, parvis, 2 for the small animals. In our accusative, animal, because neuter repeats its nominative form in its accusative, animal, and then arvum. And then in our plural, animalia, repeats again, and repeats in the second declension as well. Parva. Sorry about that. In our ablative, animali, parva. In our plural, animalibus, parvis. In our vocative, animal, animalia, parva. So not too complicated, not too overwhelming. Have to remember the endings. that long laundry list of endings that could be in the nominative here. So what it was a, let's see if I can fit it on this singular here. A, E, I, O, Y, C, L, N, R, S, T, X. And then in the plural, if it's masculine or feminine, ES. If it is neuter, A. Genitive, just is. Oh, isn't that nice? In the plural, for masculine, feminine, or neuter, UM. If it's not an I stem, IUM if it is. In the dative, that's nice, that's easy. And then masculine, feminine, neuter, I stem, no I stem, just ibis. Ooh, easy. In the accusative, masculine and feminine, EM, regardless of I stem. Okay. In the neuter repeats nominative. Neuter repeats nominative. Okay. In the plural, it'll be ending in ES for the masculine and feminine. For the neuter, make that more clear. It's an A. Probably. It's an A. There we go. For your ablative, if it's not an I stem, it just ends in E. If it is an I stem, it ends in I. Masculine, feminine, or neuter, okay? So E, and ablative ends in E in non-I stems, masculine, feminine, neuter. Ablative ends in I stems, masculine, feminine, neuter. And in the plural, everybody ends in ibis. And then your vocative just repeats nominative form. And the plural too repeats nominative form.